welcome back. So just gonna do my makeup as I get ready for work. I already put some moisturizer on, the Honey Halo moisturizer from Pharmacy, and I'm gonna start with my eye makeup. So I'm also gonna turn this just a little bit. And the primer I'm going to use is the Prelusion Primer Eye Base Primer from Davina Cosmetics. And this is just a regular eye base primer. Let me see. So, things have been tough lately, if you can't tell by my mood. It's always difficult to get the primer out sometimes. Not just this one, but I notice like as it gets older, I leave the cap off, then it gets a little harder. But this is just like a regular eyeshadow primer. And I'm just putting it on with the flat Yummy applicator brush from Danessa, Myricks, and My Kit Co. These brushes have lasted. Is it over a year that I've been consistently using them? I mean, I would hope that they lasted. But yeah, this year, I think, in general, has been tough. It's almost like issues from years before have amplified. And then our society is falling apart. Like I was in my office last week or the week before in DC, walked out and like there was a National Guard. Nothing like that welcoming you to, your commute home. So like further proof that this place is trash. Now, I haven't even had a chance to use this Smolder palette from Cosmic Beauty. And here it is. This is one that Jan got for me for my birthday. I've just been so steeped in stress that I haven't had a chance to use it. Actually, nothing's calling to me right now. I didn't expect that. Well, I'm just gonna go in and use it. I can already, like, by looking at it, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if this is gonna be one of my favorite Cosmic Beauty brushes. Cosmic Beauty / Cosmic Brushes palettes. But we'll see. We'll make it work. So sticking with, for the most part, Danessa Myricks brushes, I'm going to go into, maybe I'll do a sort of grayish kind of look. Maybe I'll start with Ashes here. Putting that on the brush and starting on the outer corner. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with YouTube. Like, a lot of the times I'm just like, should I be doing this? Does it matter? I think because my brain is just so preoccupied with things, and a lot of times I just want to like read or do a crossword puzzle or color, and it takes a lot more time, I think, and dedication to do the videos. Like, it just takes a lot of time. Yeah. And with all the stuff going on in the world, small businesses are really being affected, and that part is really hard. Like, I have a number of clients who are or were federal workers, and so with all the destruction of so many federal jobs and stuff, like, people they just don't have money for therapy. I'm going into chemistry, which is this black here, putting it on the same brush that I just wiped off, and I'm going even further out with that. Yeah, so people don't have money for therapy, which means that then they don't come to therapy, and that affects my income largely. And I'm honestly more concerned with paying my associates. But yeah, it's just, I don't think, no, not that I don't think, I know that people in power don't really think about the trickle-down effects of things. Okay, and while I consider what shimmer or other mattes I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and put down my specular. This is the same brand, Davina, but this is just the shimmer primer. Yeah, so everything is just so much more expensive, and I was looking at people talking about tariffs and stuff when they're ordering things from overseas, and some people, like, they have to pay duties and stuff that are like $70 or something. I'm like, so then of course that's gonna affect our like international folks, because fewer US people are gonna buy, or are like fewer are buying products from international businesses, so that just ends up affecting those businesses too. It just really frustrates me that, oh, like, people made this decision to vote in this person that does not care, and yeah, or have nerve to be like I have someone that I realized voted for the dude in the White House, and like they were talking about getting rid of gangs and all this stuff and immigrants, and I'm like, you do realize that a lot of people, maybe like not a lot, but people in your circle are either immigrants or children of immigrants or something. And this person then sent me a birthday text talking about we should get together. No, we shouldn't, because you literally voted against my interests. So, you know, why? I don't need to get together with you. I'm maybe this shade here. What is that? Charmed or Perfect Match? Maybe Charmed. That seems like it might go a little bit better. Oh wait, or Smolder, the actual namesake. Okay, let's go with Smolder, or at least start with it. Since I don't have my long nails, I'm just gonna put it on my finger and tap it onto the primer. I think that's coming out pretty nice. So I go to therapy weekly, Tuesdays at 3. But then I also have added in another, they're not a therapist, more like a, and they're definitely not like a life coach or anything. But I mean, if you're a life coach, do you? But someone who focuses with me just on body image. It's not about weight loss at all. Like, she's like, we're not going to work on that. We're going to work on how you feel about your body. Because I've had historically like a terrible relationship with my body in terms of feeling like it's just like wrong in some ways, like related to like weight and stuff. It's not something I talk about a ton. But before I started being like a trauma therapist, I did a lot with body image and eating disorders. Like, that was kind of my area, especially within like the Black women community and people of color. I'm gonna go into this shade. I feel like that'll brighten things up. That's called Swoon. So I made the decision to finally start working on that more purposefully, more like intentionally, and it's hard, which I know because I used to therapize people on this. But when that was like the focus of my work, there wasn't a lot of support within like the therapy community. And mainly I say that because like the field is still, that particular area is still kind of overrun with thin white women. I don't think there's any other way to explain it. And so when I would go to conferences, I would just feel like, dude, I'm the darkest here. Y'all aren't talking about diversity. I'm like the biggest here. Like it would just feel, I was just like, I can't, no. So it's less of a focus of mine. Well, I still work with a lot of folks struggling in terms of body image, but I would say I don't work with folks who have like significant eating disorders where they have to be in inpatient. Yeah. But I say all of that to say that I like struggle with the same things that my clients do. And I definitely think there is still an aspect of eating disorders and body image. There's a lot of incorrect information, like for a long time, and kind of still the medical and psychological community research shows that Black women in particular would be misdiagnosed or not even asked about like body and stuff because there was this idea that Black men like women who are curvier. Like what do men have to do with this story? You know what I mean? So yeah, my history includes having an eating disorder and medical folks not even noticing it because they would go by the what is it called, BMI, which the BMI thing literally should not be a marker of health, and people use it as such. But when I was at my thinnest, they were just like, oh, okay, you still need to lose another 20 pounds. Okay, I'm literally not eating, but whatever. I don't know why that was important to share, but there you go. So basically 2 days out of the week, I am exploring my brain with therapy and all kinds of stuff. Just trying to make sure that I'm okay enough to be telling other people what to do with their lives. But I definitely would say that doing that, running a business, trying to take care of myself, it's a lot, and I'm tired. I'm just tired. And a lot of times when I get to that point, I sort of just cut myself off from everyone and like hibernate. I've gotten better at like telling people that's what I'm gonna do, because I did have a friend years ago be like that's not fair to the people who love you and care about you because you just disappear. I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense, but you know, it's not about you. And I find myself doing that more lately because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm overwhelmed. I don't even know if that's the right word. And I think also it's like my profession is to like be the emotional like holding space for people, and then sometimes when I need that, like there are people who do and can give that to me, but sometimes I'm just like, you know, never mind, I'll just do it myself, which is not the best thing. And definitely trying to work on that so that I don't, you know, that's just not a good thing to do. It's okay to need your time, of course, but I don't know. I was looking at, was it the VMAs that was on the other night? I didn't watch it. I was sort of watching like some recaps. And there are a couple of channels that talk about, you know, best and worst dressed. I was looking at it, and initially I was able to look at the fashion. Then as the video went on, I was like, why is everybody so tiny? Like, I feel like there has been so much focus on people losing weight, and it's become like their identity. Like for Lizzo, like she had all that drama around potential abuse last year before, and like now everything that she talks about is weight loss. I'm sorry, she says weight release. But also, like, people gave her crap and continue to give her crap, like telling her she should lose weight, and now everybody's like, oh my god, snatched, you look so good. And I noticed that with so many celebrities lately, even my girl Kelly Clarkson. And I'm just like, how are we supposed to relate to these people when all that they're talking about is size? Even with the whole Cardi B thing, like her loss, or the woman who was suing her or whatever, everybody was talking about the woman's weight and stuff and her being big. And I'm just like, there are other things we can focus on, but we're not. So those are my brows. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I think the one thing that has just like sapped me of energy this year is all the fighting I have had to do with United Healthcare. That United Healthcare is the absolute worst. Like, I'm pretty sure other health insurance places are bad. They are. But I have never in my life, like, United Healthcare, fighting them has honestly taken a toll on my mental health. I'm just like, and I'm like, I'm someone who is aware of how to navigate some systems, right? And I can't even imagine people who don't have the time and maybe even the wherewithal and the knowledge to like fight with these insurers. It angers me so much. Maybe I'll go into sultry right now to blend out the top part of my eye shadow. But it has left me like questioning myself and health stuff, or feeling like I have to prove that I'm in pain or something. And I'm just like, like, what's the point? Like, why am I paying for this? Why am I paying for this? You know, and now they have ended their contract with Capital Women's Care, which is a big, like, women's reproductive and healthcare area, or what is it called? What's the word? Provider out here. And I need to go to the same person I've been going to forever. Ooh, this is Kindle. Oh, and I know it's like fire related, but I immediately thought of like Kindle, the e-reader. Duh. Just putting that on top. So yeah, I'm not switching. But you know, if you go in for a pap smear and all that stuff, it's like $500. And then they also ended the contract with Johns Hopkins University, or Johns Hopkins Hospital and everything, which is one of the most popular providers here. And that's where my neurologist is. So it's just like, Also, I swear I don't know how this cat, it's like she appears. She's like the Cheshire Cat, just like all of a sudden she's there. I don't remember what I was going to say. I got distracted. I am going to use the Yummy Skin Universal Balm from Danessa Myricks. And yes, I do plan to get the spray, the setting spray. I know it came out and I was going to buy it immediately, but you know, let's get some clients first. But I'm excited to try it. I think it's going to pair beautifully with the blurring balm. Okay. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Johns Hopkins, my neurologist. Oh, so both companies sent out a thing that was like, we're struggling to basically come to a decision with United, and so unfortunately coverage will stop. The thing is, the coverage from one ended on July 31st, and we got the letter, like, there was a letter and an email, and it was like on August 2nd. So, okay, like it's already stopped. And then the other one, it was like, it's gonna stop on the 25th, and we got the letter and email like on the 22nd. So it's also like you don't even have time to like get yourself together and maybe get an appointment or something. This is the shade 9.5 in the blurring balm, and I'm just gonna put that on a bit as just like a little bit of coverage, and then I kind of want to go full glam today. The hell? You know when your Bluetooth and stuff is trying to connect and it's like Bluetooth connected or Bluetooth disconnected? I keep hearing that and I'm like, I don't think that's my stuff. Oh my gosh. Have you all seen that like documentary or whatever on Netflix about the woman who was like catfishing her own daughter? I'm gonna go in with the Haus Labs Foundation. I watched that. You have to watch it. It's with the woman, the mom is named Kendra Lakari. I think the daughter is named Lauren. So basically, the daughter was like 13, 14, and she had a little boyfriend. And both of them start getting text messages from like unknown, like random numbers, right? And like really bad, like terrible things, like saying really like overtly sexual things, and like, oh, it was just bad, like just disgusting things. And it was going on for like 2 years, right? And they kept trying to figure out who is doing this, who is sending all these messages, all these like hateful messages, like to these kids, 13, 14 years old. And everyone is trying to figure it out. The school is trying to figure it out. The parents, of course, are trying to figure it out. The kids are getting like to the point of wanting to hurt themselves. And the message even tells the girl, the daughter, to hurt herself. And they're like calling everyone in to figure out who is doing this. No one can figure it out. The principal is trying to do it. Then he calls in the like town police, law enforcement, to try to help, and they can't, so they call in the FBI. And the FBI, you know, they have a lot of resources, well, until Trump takes them away. They have a lot of, I just read something that said that they're going to lower the requirements for FBI agents. So we just gonna have any and everybody. Okay, we just gonna have any and everybody. Like we have RFK telling us that taking Tylenol is gonna make your baby like have a disability or something. Idiot. Anyway, so they are like searching for like who is doing this to these kids, because the kids would like change their phone numbers, their parents would take their phones away, like the kids broke up, and the little boy started dating somebody else, and so the person then went on to start messaging that little girl. So finally the FBI is like, oh snap, we figured out who it is. We found the IP address. So they go to the girl's house and they talk to the mother, and they're like, it's coming from inside the house. Like, you're the one that's been doing this to these kids. I'm sorry, what? Like, for 2 years and really disgusting messages and telling your daughter to kill herself. Like, when I tell you, this is, Danessa Myricks concealer, which I don't really like as concealer. I prefer it as just like a brightening thing. It feels like it's too orange. So they figure out that it's her. They go to her and she's just like, and I wanted to slap her in the mouth, because she was also on the documentary and she was acting as if she was like, yeah, we didn't know who it was. We were really trying to figure it out. Acting like she was acting like, I don't even know. How do you describe that? She was just acting like if she was being helpful, and then they reveal that it's her, and she like admits to it at some point. And then they call her husband, because he wasn't at home. They call him to come home from work, and they're like, your wife has been doing this. And he is just like, I'm sorry, what? And he then finds out that she hadn't been working. She said she like left the job and got another one. Hadn't been working for like 2 years, putting them into financial strain. And then they tell the daughter, and what got me was this crazy bitch, the mom, not the daughter. They tell the daughter, and the mom, Kendra, is like holding on to the daughter and like stroking her hair. And I'm like, I am watching a sociopath. When I tell you my mouth was hanging open, usually I can like do other things while I'm watching TV, you know, color or something. I was just wrapped, just like, I have never heard such a thing in my life. Like, yes, I've seen there are so many catfishers, right? But to do this to your daughter and the heinous things she was saying, like disgustingly, overtly sexual things, and then telling your daughter to kill herself, like how? Y'all, oh my God. And so homegirl, the mom went to jail for like months or whatever, and she and the daughter are exchanging like emails and phone calls, and I'm just like, this daughter needs psychological help, because she is so like entrapped in this woman's crazy ass brain that it's just, oh my God. I honestly walked away from that like, she's a literal sociopath. Like, this bitch is crazy. And so they were like, you know, why did you do this or whatever? And this she was like, well, you know, I experienced difficult things when I was younger, and so I wanted to do this to save my daughter from experiencing the same thing. What? How you hair. How does that make any sense? And she was like, it just, you know, spiraled. At any moment, babes, you could have been like, first of all, you could have just not done this. But also at any moment, you just could have been like, let me stop. Let me stop torturing, literally, my daughter. Oh, God. It's like disgusting. And the part that I really enjoyed is once the dad found out, he was like, you need to leave. He wasn't playing. He was like, pack your stuff and go. Call your parents and get out of here. And the mom was like, no, I can't leave her. I can't leave my daughter. And the dad is like, if you don't go, I'm going to end up in jail. Like, I appreciate that. I mean, you know, there are the people who are just like, you know, I forgive you. I'm not one of those people. I wouldn't forgive that crazy bitch. Maybe I would if they were like, she has a significant psychological diagnosis. Ain't no way a healthy brain would do this. There's just no way. A healthy brain would not do this. And whoever, I'm hoping she got some psychological assistance, but she don't really think she did anything wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just, are you, what, girl? Okay, like, but you like you did a lot wrong. Arguably, you did. I'm gonna go in with some contour or whatever. Like, it just, I don't think that I could help someone. Like, there are just some populations, you know, like, I'm not gonna be the best therapist for. Girl, I couldn't do it. I would just be like, girl, what you do to your daughter? And the thing is, she was trying to convince them that it was other kids doing it. Like, bitch, you crazy as hell. You crazy. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts, maybes, or anything about it. You is crazy. And now I feel bad for the daughter because it's like, girl, this lady is crazy. Because the daughter wants to have a relationship with her. But far be it from me to tell somebody what to do with their life and who they have in it. But this crazy bitch. And I'd like heard about this in passing and like reading the news. But I didn't realize that the daughter was so young. You have to watch it. You have to watch it and tell me what you think. Because what I think is this bitch crazy. You know, and there's a part of it where it's like, something happened to her as a child. Lots of trauma. Because oftentimes, traumatic stuff that's happened to you as a child, like, it just, trauma changes your brain. And when I tell you her brain is changed, okay? Because there ain't no way on God's green earth that woman is sane. It's like, it's rather intriguing to think about what has led her to this. But Jesus Christ. It's scary. The fact that she did all of that, it is frightening. I'm going in with the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Flushed. So basically the blush. And this is in the shade Rosé and Brunch. Girl, I'm still just stuck on this crazy bitch. Oh. And then some people think the daughter and the husband were in on it. I don't know. I don't think they were. Mainly because of how devastated the dad looked like, who is this person that I have allowed into my life? Like, it would cause you to question everything. Everything. Now I want to put a little bit of the low lighter on, so I'm going to use the one in Unbothered. It kind of has that like pinky tone to it. I think it would go well on top. Just a little bit. I'm not a big highlighter person. And plus, this is a low lighter. And then, like, I guess she would, like, talk with her daughter on the phone and stuff from jail, right? And there was one message she sent her, and she was like, I'm so mad at you. You said bye, but you didn't say I love you. Ew. And then in the emails and stuff, the mom is just like, I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you so much. I'm like, can somebody monitor what she's sending out to this girl? Because this is rather unhealthy. And the young girl is like that she misses her mom, which is understandable. You miss who you thought your mom was. But that ain't the person. She ain't who you think she was. And that is frightening, okay? I don't know what color this is. This is an LA Girl Ultimate Eye Pencil. Oh, in deepest brown. I guess that's a bit better than black. Although I love everything black. Okay, so I am going to figure out what I'm going to put on for clothing. And just set this. I wonder where the brush is. I don't know. But I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder once I find a brush. And yeah, I'll be right back. Here's the finished look. And now I'm going to go to work. Anyway, I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.